there was a village known as Orumeji. It was a place where love was as sweet as palm wine and betrayal as bitter as kola nut. In the cool embrace of dawn, when mist kissed the red earth and palm trees stretched lazily toward the rising sun, a young man named Ade Tokumbo, Ade, as the villagers called him, climbed the tallest palm trees with ease. He was the best palm wine tapper in the land, and everyone said the gods themselves blessed his hands. As he sang softly, the rhythm of his tapping mingled with the distant beats of talking drums. And there, not far away, Abeni, daughter of Chief Oluyomi, watched him with eyes full of warmth. She was known across Orumeji for her grace, beauty, and a smile that could melt the hardest of hearts. Abeni loved Ade, not for his status, for he had none, but for his heart. Every evening they met by the river, where the water reflected the moonlight like a mirror of the gods. There, she gave him a beaded bracelet, a token of her love, and whispered a promise meant for forever. No matter what they say, Ade, our hearts belong together. Even if the world turns against us, I will hold your hand beneath the stars. But love, in those days, was not always free. Chief Oluyomi, Abeni's father, was a man of tradition. He ruled the village with a firm hand and a heart that bowed to ancestral law. When word reached him of Abeni's love for a common palm wine tapper, his face grew hard as stone. "A chief's daughter does not marry a man of no name," he declared before the council. "She will marry gúnwálé, the warrior who will bring strength and power to this village." Gúnwálé was everything Ade was not: wealthy, cunning, and feared. His fame as a warrior was unmatched, but his heart was a dark forest filled with ambition. He had no love for Abeni, only a hunger for power. Ade, hidden outside the palace walls, heard every word. His hands shook, his heart thundered like the drums of war. But he said nothing. Love had taught him patience, though betrayal was already stirring in the shadows. The moon rose high, drums echoed through the night. It was time for the palm wine festival, when the village celebrated the sweetness of harvest and sealed unions in the sight of the gods. The square was alive with colors: asoke garments, coral beads, the scent of roasted yam and kola nut. Calabashes brimmed with frothy palm wine, blessed at the shrine of the river goddess. Among the joyous faces, Gúnwálé moved like a snake in tall grass. He smiled at Ade, but behind that smile was venom, for he had prepared a calabash of palm wine laced with a deadly herb, one that killed silently and quickly. He approached Ade, clapping him on the shoulder. "Brother," he said sweetly, "tonight we drink together. Let us honor the gods." Unknowing, Ade accepted the cup. The crowd cheered, the drums beat louder, but beneath the music, the gods listened. The first sip burned like fire. Ade staggered, the calabash fell. The ground seemed to tilt beneath him. Abeni screamed his name as he collapsed, his bracelet still on her wrist. Gúnwálé knelt beside him, feigning concern, and whispered in his ear, "The gods have chosen me. You were never meant for her." But at that moment, Iya Agba, the village elder and seer, stepped forward. Her white wrapper billowed in the night's breeze. She scattered cowries on the ground and spoke in a voice not entirely her own. "Palm wine sweetened by love is a blessing, but palm wine laced with betrayal will never go silent. The spirits are restless. They demand the truth." And then it happened. The calabash that had fallen shattered into many pieces on its own. The wind howled as if the ancestors themselves were crying out. The crowd fell into silence, eyes turned towards Ogunwale. Dark clouds gathered, the drums ceased. Ogunwale tried to rise, but his legs grew heavy, as if invisible hands held him to the ground. Abeni clutched Ade's limp hand, her tears mixing with the dust. Thunder rolled above the village. A voice, soft yet mighty, seemed to rise from the broken calabash itself. It was the voice of the ancestors, the guardians of truth. Ogunwale, the seer cried, her eyes clouded with vision. You have poured bitterness into sweetness. You have betrayed not only love, but the gods themselves. Ogunwale's mask of power cracked. Under the weight of their gaze, he confessed. The poison, the jealousy, the lies, all of it spilled from his lips like spoiled wine. Ade did not die. The gods, moved by the purity of his love and Abeni's tears, spared his life. The herbs lost their power under the light of truth. Chief Oluyomi, humbled by what he had witnessed, knelt before his people. I was blind to love, but the gods see what we do not. My daughter will choose her own path. Ogunwale was exiled from Orummeji, stripped of his honor. His ambition had turned him into a cautionary tale whispered to children for generations. Abeni and Ade were joined in a traditional ceremony beneath the silk cotton tree where their love had once been a secret. Now it was blessed in the open. As they poured palm wine together before the shrine, the drums returned, not of war, but of joy. The same wine meant to end a life has become the vessel of a love the gods refuse to bury. In the village of Orummeji, palm wine is more than drink. It is a witness. It remembers. It carries the taste of truth on its tongue. So when you share the calabash, share it with the pure heart, or the gods will surely know.